that we're going to see an NBA player with $1 billion contract?
Yeah, for sure.
$1 billion, Mark?
Yeah, but I mean, that presumes that TV keeps on going up the way it is.
Yeah.
But you're going to see $100 million a year here shortly.
Wow.
Because if the TV contract has 10% increases in the cap, the way the CBA works, once that new TV money kicks in, they'll be making more money a year than I will. I don't care how many billions you have. Like, I don't have a real job, right? You know, and so I'm not making $100 million every year.
Right.
That's unique. They are the league, and they earn every penny of it.
Y'all wonder why I be on these dudes' heads. Y'all wonder why I scout and I coach and I get everything all set up the way that I do. Like, y'all wonder why this is. I mean, did you hear what he said? $100 million a year. And this isn't hyperbole. This isn't an exaggeration. When you look at the trajectory and how it's going to go up, we're going to get there. And in this video, I'm going to break it all the way down. I love talking basketball business. I love talking basketball money, because this isn't something that you have to wait for when you're 30, 35, 40, 55 years old. Cooper Flagg, a lot of y'all keep talking about him and y'all keep complaining that I'm criticizing him when he's 17 years old. It is November 2024. Cooper Flagg's draft is in 7 months. I'm talking about him like he's a grown man, because he is. And if Cooper goes on to be the star that y'all think he's going to be, he's going to be one of these guys that could possibly make $100 million a year. In this video, I'm going to break down how the NBA makes money and they're able to pay these guys as much as they can. It's kind of similar to how YouTube pays us. I'm going to talk about NBA's players' value to their league. And I'm also going to talk about how all of this connects to youth basketball. If that's something that you're interested in, if so, you should click like. You should click subscribe. You should send this video to somebody that is into anything remotely close to this. You need to write in the comments about what you want me to talk about next. You need to click the links in the description, everything in there, and make sure you watch the video all the way to the end.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond.
My name is Coach Duck, and right here we're going to talk about how NBA players are going to make more than NBA owners. Number one, the collective bargaining agreement. What is the collective bargaining agreement? Also known as the CBA. So inside of the NBA, there's essentially maybe like 4 or 5 unions. Well, we're going to talk about 2 major unions. You got the Players Association, which is the union for the NBA players. And you have the Board of Governors, which is essentially the union for all of the owners of NBA teams. And every 8 to 10 years or so, the Players Union and the Owners Union, they come together and they agree on the terms at which they are going to work for the next 8 to 10 years. They collectively bargain an agreement on the terms, hence the name Collective Bargaining Agreement. You don't need to know the ins and outs of the CBA. If you want to read the entire CBA, it is available online. A person who really does a great job of breaking down CBA and has so for 20 plus years now. His name is Larry Kuhn. Yes, his last name is Kuhn. So go type in Larry Kuhn CBA and you will see it. And he does a phenomenal job breaking it down if you want to read the entire thing. But if you don't want to do that, you just want to kind of get an idea of what's the most important thing in there. The most important thing in the CBA to me is the revenue share. BRI, basketball related income. That is all of the money that they make off of basketball. So you're talking ticket sales, you're talking parking, you're talking merch, and most importantly, you're talking TV deals. Because just like y'all are watching me on YouTube right now in this video that I created at home and I own and I license it to YouTube for them to distribute it all over the world. And once YouTube sees that people are watching my video, they put ad breaks in those videos, and me and YouTube, we have a 45% ad revenue share. That's the exact same way that the NBA works. And if you are somebody who wants to grow your YouTube and get to 300,000 subscribers like how I am and close to 200 million views, click the link in the description for TubeBuddy. It's free. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. It's really helped grow my channel. Go down there, click it. If any of y'all have used TubeBuddy, write in the comments and let people know that it really does work. The NBA does the exact same thing. They have this great product that they own and they sell the rights to that product to Disney, which essentially owns ESPN, to Amazon, and to NBC. It used to be TNT, but now they're out of it because they didn't bid high enough. And whatever amount that they get, they split that essentially in half with the players. So this latest collective bargaining agreement, the NBA got close to $75 billion. And half of that, $37.5 billion, is going to go to the players over the next 10 to 11 years. That is a lot of money because there's only so many spots. There's only 450 spots. There's only 30 teams. And based off the collective bargaining agreement, everybody in the NBA doesn't get paid the same. Guys that are really important get paid the most. Guys that ain't that important, lucky if they can get anything. So therefore, these salaries are going to continue to go up. So when you hear about a supermax contract from a Jason Tatum, from a Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum just got $350 million. Luka's going to get $400 million. That's a lot of coin. And when you start looking at these deals going on for only 5 years, somebody eventually is going to make $100 million a year. Number two, why do these guys make so much? Elite basketball talent is exceptionally hard to find. You might find somebody that might be good in a school, in a neighborhood, an AAU team, in a park. They might be able to get off right there. They might be great in college. They might be good in the Euro League. They might go off in the G League. But to be able to consistently be a superstar for 82 games, to be great with the media, to be great with kids, to do all the community service, to be somebody that lives a life that's exceptionally marketable, to have corporate sponsors like Nike or like Chase, like Steph Curry has, or CarMax. They're constantly sponsoring NBA players and WNBA players. State Farm. To be your own brand, to be your own entity, to be your own business takes a special type of talent because you can be the best basketball player of all time. That does not mean you're going to be an elite marketer. That does not mean you're going to be exceptionally marketable and grandmas want to pinch your cheeks and women want to sit in your lap and every dude wants to look like you. That's what the best basketball players, the most influential basketball players do for the NBA. So when you get guys that have that type of talent, like a LeBron, like a Steph, like a KD, like an Anthony Edwards, like a LaMelo Ball, you have to strike when the iron is hot. How many 6'7" point guards are walking around here that can score 30 on any given night, shoot 40% from three, and can get 10 assists, and bagging Instagram models that's going to bring more attention to the league? There ain't that many of these dudes walking around. So when you get one, you got to pay them because they are exceptionally valuable to the league and they're exceptionally valuable to your franchise. And number three, all this starts in youth basketball. I am not saying that you need to be thinking about this when you're training, thinking about making $100 million. If that's what motivates you and inspires you, go right ahead. I'm gonna tell you this right now, as somebody who used to be inspired and motivated by money, when I finally got money, all the inspiration and motivation left because I accomplished the goal. And there's no such thing as a money goal because you're gonna need to keep making money for the rest of your life. So don't make money a goal. But if that's something that you wanna do, it starts early. Because this is why the Europeans have come over here and dominated. Jokic sees the type of money that he can make and he sends it back home. Giannis, look at how he runs his business. He makes sure all of his brothers eat. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. These are great international players who have captured so much of this American money and given it to their families. And rightfully so, because they earned it. But it started when they were exceptionally young. So when we look at this massive AAU shoe circuit basketball we have going on, yes, it's a lot of mess. But that developmental system has put Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Anthony Edwards and Tyrese Halliburton and all these dudes who are making these supermax for when they were eligible or rookie max extensions, they all came from that system. So if you're a coach of that system, you have responsibility. If you're a personal trainer in that system, you have responsibility. If you're a parent in that system, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to give these kids everything that you possibly can. You have a responsibility to pour into these kids at a level that no one else is because you do not know where they're going to go or where they're going to end up because it's not just the salary of $100 million they're going to get. That young man's going to get that money when he's 25, 26 years old. There's an entire ecosystem that needs to be built around him. He needs a realtor. He needs a lawyer. He's going to need multiple doctors. He needs a nutritionist. He needs a dietitian. He needs a masseuse. He needs someone to clean his house. He needs someone to cut his grass. He needs someone to fix his cars. He needs a barber. He needs a stylist. He needs a brand manager. He needs a social media manager. He needs a video editor. He needs somebody to film him. He needs a publicist. He's going to need an entire ecosystem because he is a business that generates $100 million a year. You just heard Mark Cuban, who's one of the richest people in the world. He just said he doesn't make that in a year. And now we're going to be able to see $100 million salary going into somebody's Chase account, Bank of America, PNC. How many jobs in this country pay you $100 million salary? Not stock options, salary a year, guaranteed cash. I can't think of that many. Can you? I'm out the pond. Y'all stay true.